She spoke life. Hello, one and all, and thank God again for Doughdash. And I want to thank you, Doughdash. The picture that you saw with her hand over her mouth, I am so grateful. I am so thankful that she took her hand off her mouth and started to speak and speak life into people. She started to speak hope into the universe. She started to speak inspiration and encouragement. And she put a spark out there that some people grabbed hold to, and it ignited the fire within them, and they're like, okay, we ready, we gonna go, we gonna do this. And guess what, I am one of those people who took that spark, and I lit a dynamite with it. And so now I'm going to explode. I'm going to come forth and do the things that I know I've been called to do. you know Truthfully, I am an ordained minister, and like I said, I had been actually the caregiver for my mom. So for my nonprofit, I kind of like just put everything on hold, sabbatical. But guess what? I still been doing things to help people, but I haven't really been speaking. I haven't really been speaking on the YouTube streets, what I know I'm supposed to be speaking. I am an encourager, I am an inspirer, but I kind of lost myself. And that's why my channel is about rediscovering me, and also this weight loss channel. I explain how through perimenopause, menopause, and now I'm postmenopause because I'm a 50 plus. Let me just say this, I'm a 55 plus person. But the thing is that when I found, and I know I was led by God to Doughdash channel, because I look at YouTube channels all day, throughout the day, and no one really inspired me and caused me to sit back and say, hey, wait a minute, I can do this. I can, I had the confidence. Where did it go? Now I have captured it again. I captured it again because Doughdash said, hey, get on this internet. Get on this and start your YouTube channel. Well, my YouTube channel has started. I start, I stop, I start, I stop, I start, I stop. But guess what? One thing that she emphasized was consistency. She said, be consistent. And that's another thing. God wants us to show up and be consistent in every area of our lives because we are his representatives. So if we believe that all things work together for the good of those that love God and are called according to his purpose, then we should be consistent and keep that what she called it, that positive attitude. Okay, we got to keep hope alive. You remember Jesse Jackson, he always say keep hope alive. So we got to keep hope alive, and what I do know is that hope deferred makes the heart sick. So don't let your hope be deferred. That's why so many of us, our hearts are sick, our heart is broken. But God said he is a mender of broken hearts. So we just need to rejoice and know that he has everything under control and that he will lead and guide us. And we just need to seek first his kingdom and all his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto us. So all the things that we've been called to have, we've been called to do, we've been called to be, he can guide us to it and show us how to do it. And he will have people, he will have divine connections, divine opportunities shall come to us. And a lot of times it will come through someone else. And I believe within my heart of hearts, that definitely Doughdash was given the charge for such a time as this to ignite that fuel in a lot of people, and a lot of people have really caught on. So we know that this was God given to her. And that's why she will continuously grow. She will continuously be blessed because she's being a blessing to so many. And like I said before, a lot of YouTubers, they won't say, follow me, use me, show, talk about me, they will strike your channel if you use their image, if you say something about them, they will strike your channel. But this woman is so selfless. She is not selfish in any way. And she's saying, hey, if I can do this, you can do this. And I want to lead the charge. And we are just so grateful that she is leading the charge. And we can see the God in her. It's no pretentiousness, that authenticity. That's what people are looking for. They're tired of the BS. They're tired of the fake. They're tired of the fraud, So let's not go down those roads, trying to duplicate somebody and become somebody that we're not. And a lot of times, we sit back and we're like, okay, well, we need to do this. And see, that's the thing. Okay, I'm saying, yes, she's saying do as she do. What she means is just be who you are. That's the do as she do, and she is being the example that as we are more authentic, as we share more of who we are, and as we become encouragers and inspirers, because all of us can give a story that can help someone out there. All of us can talk about how we overcame, how we were in a situation and we know that God brought us through. I can talk about so many situations. Even when I was my mother's caregiver, I know God gave me the strength to do that. And also another thing I can say, there was a time when I was doing Uber Eats. I was doing Uber Eats because I'm gonna be honest with what was going on with me. I had a garnishment from a creditor that was over 18 years old. I had went to court with that creditor 18 years prior and it was dismissed. That creditor came back and put it back on the books. Because I had moved, I never received any documentation that this was back in the courts. They found me 18 years later, okay, and start a garnishment. And I thought, with garnishments, I thought that they at least, it's a certain percentage that they take so that you can still have, your money to live. But oh, no, no, no. And the thing about it is they had tacked on all this interest. I had called them people and I was like, look, then I started researching this company and I saw that they was doing a lot of this. Some people had did a class action suit against them. So I was trying to find other people that was dealing with the same thing. I couldn't really find anybody, but I found the attorney that had handled a previous class action suit. So then the attorney was telling me, hey, you going in single-handedly as one person, you're not really going to accomplish anything. You need to try to find more people. I could not find more people. Time was ticking. And because I couldn't find more people, he felt that it just wasn't going to work. Then what happened? The garnishment started. The total was $11,000 that they were going to be taken out, and I think it was over a period of about 4 or 5 months. So can you imagine? And so I'm like, oh my God. So I'm doing Uber Eats. I took on I have a full-time job, but of course my salary is like being taken away. And so I took on a client. I took on Uber Eats, and I had to have somebody riding with me because for some reason I couldn't work that Uber Eats app properly, and I was getting, or receiving or accepting these cases or whatever you want to call them, where they were like 20, 25 miles away in the boondocks. I'm in Maryland, they all the way in Virginia in the boondocks. So, and sometimes I was going into the late evenings with this. And then I just cried out to God because I said, this is too much, God, and knowing that I'm trying to make up for this huge amount of money. And I just sat down one day and he told me where to go and what to do. When I went and did what he said, I saw myself receiving this amount of money. And I went and did exactly what he told me to do. I got 11,000. It was like a little over $11,000. Okay. But it was the exact amount of what the garnishment was. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so it's a lot of times when God sees your efforts, because faith without works is dead. And sometimes, yes, we want to pray and just sit and say it's supposed to fall from the sky. Well, sometimes it's just not going to fall from the sky, but you have to make an effort that, okay, God, okay, and sometimes it's like, okay, do I go here? Do I go there? But when he sees, did you put an effort, that you did step out and try to do something, then he comes and he says, okay, daughter, I got this. So he showed me, okay, now you can stop. You can stop that Uber Eats. You can I did keep the clients because they wanted to stay with me. I didn't try to stop them, but it was an easy type of situation with them. So that was even extra money, and it wasn't strenuous. It wasn't anything strenuous. I was helping them build their social media. I was helping them, in those areas, marketing and stuff like that. So it wasn't really, it was something I enjoyed doing. I was making commercials for them, little short commercials and short videos and things like that for their Instagram, for their Facebook and things like that. So I really enjoyed that part. So I kept them, and then I was also helping them create their manual for their employees. And I've done that so many times. So that was okay. And I was able to keep that, and that was some extra money on the side. But that money, that $11,000 that God gave to me by me following his guidance, following his directions, it actually substituted for what I was losing. So I did not miss a beat on my rent, on my car note, on my car insurance. And it was just like God, God said, I got you. God has you and you and you. Just believe, just believe, just believe, just believe. Don't give up, don't give up. Don't start to feel that God is not hearing your prayers. Don't start to feel that he's not going to answer you. Sometimes it's just a little minor delay, but it's not a denial. He has you. And again, I thank God for Doughdash. And I know sis took up the charge and she was obedient to what God told her to do. And she is going to continuously be blessed because she is on the right track. She is doing the will of her Father. And we are so grateful. And yes, I'm a part of the Hope Crew. Woo, woo, woo. Part of the Hope Crew. And I'm going to continue to use this platform to even speak what God tells me to speak, because I had a voice. And like I said, I was silent for a moment because I was being my mother's caregiver. And then after she transitioned in 2019, I kind of was lost, I still was doing things behind the scene, helping people, but I really wasn't in the forefront using these social media, um, social media opportunities, social media platforms where I can really reach out and touch and help, which I knew I'm supposed to do. And so many of us know that is what we're supposed to do. But we were starting and stopping, starting and stopping, and some of us didn't even start. But now is the time. So I hope that you all will be blessed. And sis Doughdash, keep on keeping on, my sister. So it's really like 1 or 2 in the morning. I don't even know what time it is, but I still up and I needed to say this. So be blessed, everybody. Be blessed.